In the shadowy pages of criminal history, certain names send a chill down the spine, embodying pure darkness. Sean Vincent Gillis is one such name, a man whose unimaginable actions left a community horrified and challenged our understanding of the human capacity for evil. Amidst the familiar streets and everyday lives, Sean Vincent Gillis hid his malevolent desires behind a mask of normalcy. On the surface, Gillis seemed unremarkable, a neighbor, a colleague, an unassuming presence. Yet, beneath this ordinary exterior lurked a predator driven by a twisted thirst for violence. Over the span of years, Gillis left behind a trail of horror, forever altering the lives of innocent individuals and instilling fear within an entire region. But how did an unremarkable man transform into a monster capable of unspeakable atrocities? Were there any warning signs of the darkness that lay within? The wheels of justice eventually caught up with Sean Vincent Gillis, as he faced the consequences of his actions in a court of law. However, the scars he left behind would forever remind us of the fragility of safety and the depths of human capability. Join us as we delve into the unsettling story of Sean Vincent Gillis, a stark reminder that darkness can dwell in even the most unexpected corners of our world. Welcome to Insight Wave, the channel that delves into both solved and unsolved cases from around the world. If you haven't already, please take a moment to like and subscribe to stay up to date with the latest crime stories delivered straight to your inbox. Sean Vincent Gillis came into the world on June 24, 1962, as the son of Norman and Yvonne Gillis. Norman's battle with alcoholism and mental health challenges cast a shadow over their family dynamic, leading to a strained relationship between him, Yvonne, and their son. The specter of a gun incident, during which Norman pointed a firearm at Gillis, underscored the turmoil. Seeking a safer environment, Norman departed, oscillating between mental health facilities, leaving Yvonne to navigate the responsibilities of parenthood and her job at a local TV station. Despite these adversities, Gillis managed a semblance of a typical life, maintaining a close bond with his doting mother and supportive paternal grandparents. They offered a sense of stability as he and Yvonne relocated when he was 10. The new neighborhood witnessed a slightly aggressive side of Gillis, described by neighbors as something of a bully. His formative years saw him attend a Catholic elementary school due to Yvonne's wishes, and later Redemptorist high school. During adolescence, Gillis and two friends became enticed by satanic worship, fascinated by local rituals that instilled a thrilling fear. Their curiosity led them down a path of secret marijuana use and minor misbehavior. At 17, Gillis reunited with his father, forming a close bond that would later become strained when he discovered his father's homosexuality, which deeply unsettled him. Upon graduating from Redemptorist High School, Gillis entered the workforce at Southland Corporation, joining their 7-Eleven convenience store chain. Yet, employment failed to engage him. He frequently switched locations, preferring to lose himself in front of his newly purchased computer, indulging in disturbing online content involving violence towards women. This obsession consumed his attention, negatively impacting his job performance and other obligations. His fascination with computers eventually evolved into a passion, prompting him to pursue certification at a local community college. In 1992, Yvonne relocated to Atlanta, Georgia, offering to take Gillis along. However, he chose to stay behind, leaving him to navigate life independently while she continued to support him financially. As his mother departed, Gillis grappled with frustration, venting his emotions by yelling at the sky and cursing her. This anger culminated in disturbing behavior, including an arrest for peeping into a neighbor's home. Despite legal issues and the discomfort he caused, he remained in the neighborhood. 2 years later, a pivotal encounter introduced him to Terry Lemoyne, triggering a relationship marked by emotional volatility. Their first date descended into an argument, with Terry's slap causing Gillis to break down in tears. Her pledge to end violence in their relationship hinted at the tumultuous times that lay ahead. On March 21, 1994, the darkness within Sean Vincent Gillis manifested in an unthinkable act, the murder of his first victim, 81-year-old Ann Bryan. The stage for this heinous crime was an exclusive retirement home, where Gillis stealthily entered through an unlocked door meant for her nurse's access. His twisted intentions led him to attempt to rape her. When her screams pierced the air upon his touch, he silenced her by slashing her throat and launching into a frenzied stabbing spree. The savagery of his attack nearly decapitated and disemboweled her, marking the beginning of his chilling spree. A year later, Gillis and Terry embarked on Moved In Together, an innocuous milestone that concealed his dark addiction to pornography. Terry glimpsed disturbing images, including those of deceased women, yet chose to overlook the issue, unaware of the sinister depths of Gillis' desires. Despite this, their relationship appeared harmonious. Fast forward to January 4, 1999, nearly 5 years after his initial kill. Gillis, seemingly driven by boredom, struck again. His victim was Catherine Hall, a prostitute lured under the false pretense of oral sex. Gillis attempted to end her life by strangulation using a zip tie, but when her desperation led to escape attempts, he resorted to stabbing her, leaving her lifeless body to be further defiled. 4 months later, Hardy Schmidt's path crossed with Gillis, triggering a chilling game of stalking and terror. His car became a weapon, ramming into her during her jog, casting her into a ditch. There, he enacted his sadistic desires, binding her neck with a zip tie and subjecting her to rape and murder. Schmidt's body remained concealed in his vehicle for days before being discarded in a bayou, exposed by the water's relentless flow. As the year wore on, November 12 bore witness to the demise of Joyce Williams. Gillis' home became the scene of grotesque mutilation and cannibalism, a nightmarish act that defied comprehension. Her body met a fate similar to the others, concealed until its grim discovery in early 2000. As the new millennium unfolded, Sean Vincent Gillis continued his macabre spree, claiming the lives of 3 more victims from 2000 to 2003. Amid this chilling reign, another sinister figure, Derek Todd Lee, a serial killer Gillis admired, left his own mark, casting a shadow of fear over Baton Rouge. The climax of Gillis' brutality came on February 26, 2004, when he claimed his 8th and final victim, 43-year-old Donna Johnston. Gillis photographed her lifeless form, an eerie testament to his twisted satisfaction. Before discarding her body, he took the time to manipulate it into a gruesome pose, a horrifying tableau etched into the annals of crime. In response to the escalating horrors, a task force emerged on March 3, delving into the murders of Johnston and 2 other victims, as well as other unsolved cases that couldn't be attributed to Derek Todd Lee, who had been captured the prior year. Baton Rouge recoiled in fear as the possibility of multiple killers loomed. April brought a breakthrough as investigators traced tire tracks found at the dump site of Donna Johnston's body. The tracks led to a specific tire model. On April 28, the net tightened as DNA swabs were collected from several individuals who owned vehicles fitted with those tires, including Gillis. The genetic puzzle unraveled as Gillis' DNA matched evidence from his victim's hair, sealing his fate. Arrested in front of Terry, his partner in life, Gillis offered an apology amid the chilling revelation of his heinous acts. Subsequent confessions painted a horrifying portrait of his crimes. His home yielded disturbing clues, newspaper clippings of Derek Todd Lee's final victim and a computer file cryptically labeled DTL, suggesting a morbid fascination with Lee's own atrocities. Haunted by fears of being outdone by Lee, Gillis' psychology unraveled, revealing the depths of his depravity. Legal proceedings ensued, charges shifted, and confusion clouded the path to justice. Finally, on July 21, 2008, he stood trial for the murders of Catherine Hall, Johnny Williams, and Donna Johnston. A jury verdict found him guilty on July 31, condemning him to life in prison without parole after a deadlock during the penalty phase. In a cascade of convictions, Gillis pleaded guilty to the second-degree murder of Joyce Williams in August of the previous year. On February 17, 2009, he faced another life sentence after pleading guilty to the murder of Marilyn Nevels.